Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Vinland Saga Season 1, Episode 7. I watched today the two last episodes, episodes 5 and 6. If you want to see my reactions and my thoughts about the two last episodes, I'm gonna put some links into the I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist that I made for Vinland Saga in case you want to watch all of my reaction videos into the chronological order. And if you're discovering my channel with these videos about Vinland Saga, just know that I planned to binge watch all of it. So you can subscribe right now to be sure to have access to all of my reaction videos about this anime. I'm planning, to post 2 of them each week. It's already great, and in case you're really interested, I have a Patreon on which you're gonna have all of these videos about Vinland Saga with 4 episodes of advance on my Patreon, and you're gonna have on my Patreon extended reaction part and 4 reaction part videos for the big episodes. It's only the episode 7, and I think that I already posted 3 or 4 full reaction part videos. Like really? The 3 last episodes, I'm wondering, how I'm gonna cut into it, if I'm gonna edit them, for Patreon, and if maybe I'm just gonna post all of the reaction parts, to share everything with you guys, because it was big episodes, but I also have the impression that if I'm beginning to think like that, in fact, with this anime, each episode is gonna be a big episode, because I know now also that this anime has only 2 seasons. So if everything is gonna happen during these 2 seasons, like for what I imagined when I began this anime, I was like, okay, we're gonna follow the journey of Thorfinn. He's just a young boy for now. So in mind, I had stuff like Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia that I'm binge watching with you guys, and for Attack on Titan that I binge watch with you guys. And for that kind of animes, in fact, you're following the characters from beginning to the end, from when they were kids to when they are adults, and really it's progressing slowly to see the characters evolving, growing up, changing, because of the difficulties that they have, that they are living and all. So I thought that it would be the same for Vinland Saga, and I thought that really it would take time for Thorfinn to grow up, and to evolve. And really, Episode 4, he lost his dad. Episode 5, he fought to survive, to stay alive. Episode 5, he grew up and he evolved physically and mentally so much. That's it. Now he's a mature young guy who understood that life is not so simple, in the sense that it's not about having an enemy, killing that enemy. It's way more complicated than that. Again, I think that this question of having an enemy, how to represent your enemy, how to define your enemy, I think that it's one of the main subjects of this anime, because of how they are already exploring it a lot with this 6 first episodes. To begin everything with Thorfinn as a young kid, with that person, half-hand, representing the villain who is disturbing his little life, into his little village. I think that I even said at the end of the first episode, okay, you're gonna be the villain. No, it's the villain of that little context, of that little universe that this little kid had. But after that, his father was called, to go to war, to fight an enemy. And when they asked the question to Thorfinn, who your dad is gonna fight, for him it was Thorfinn, because it was the only enemy that he knew into his little universe. When things are way more complicated, with countries being at war, for political reasons, for stuff, revenge and things like that, this kid didn't know anything about it. And then Episode 3, we had Askeladd, who was hired by Floki to kill Thors. Episode 4, Thors is killed, and for that little kid, again, it's just about that. He just saw his dad being killed, even if he won the fight, the duel. So for him, it's just so unfair. Askeladd is the villain, he's the enemy. Now he wants his revenge against him, you know? This young boy, during these 5 first episodes, he had only that on mind because he could see only what was happening around him, and because of that, his world was only defined by what is around him. When you're an adult, I mean by that, when you're growing up, you understand, in fact, that the world is way bigger and that you have to consider everything, and that, you know, something which is happening to you into your personal life, it's not defined by things which are around you. In fact, it's defined by bigger things. Why, you know, prices are growing. Also, I'm not sure if I'm really gonna film. Like, really, I can feel it. People are gonna call me again and again. Just so you know, my little brother, who is not just so little, like clearly, he's not that little. He was just hired, you know, by a company, and that's why he called me to tell me that he was hired by someone, and congratulations! And that's gonna help him also to find an apartment and all. That's so cool. I was saying just before that something about the fact that when you're an adult, you know that things which are happening to you, it's not because of things which are happening really around you, it's bigger than that. And I was saying that example about the fact that if I have high prices now to buy stuff, you know, to have some food and stuff like that, I know that it's not just about the shop where I'm going. I know that it's because of the situation, the inflation and all of that. You have to grow up to be an adult, to consider all of the context, you know, to know about all of the context, and also to know that you have several reasons to explain something. And I think that Thorfinn, he learned that about life, and he learned also about the fact that your enemy, he has also plenty of reasons to act, to be like who he is, and also to do things. And Askeladd for sure had plenty of reasons why he decided to kill Thors during that moment, because he needed money and all of that. Like Thorfinn now is killing people, and he has plenty of reasons why he's doing that, to defend himself, because they were after him, you know. I'm thinking about the last episode. He needs to stay with this pirate, you know, to have his revenge at some point against Askeladd. Okay, during this fight, he's fighting with Askeladd, and this guy is defending them, is helping them, but it's also because of the fact that they are threatening him. Thorfinn is growing up, Thorfinn is learning all of that about life, and also during the previous episode it was rough for him to make that parallel between the lady who helped him and his own family. Okay, he told her to run away, but she couldn't know about the fact that the pirates would come to attack, and she chose to trust him. And she was sad also to see that she was wrong, and to see that a young kid could kill these people like that, because she understood also that normally kids are not with pirates like that, it's not natural. And everything was so sad during this moment, and Thorfinn, to make that parallel between that lady and her daughter and his own family, his mother, his sister, it was also to show that now Thorfinn understands that the enemy, the person who is in front of him that he is fighting, it's not really an enemy, it's really someone who is like him, who has reasons to fight, and sometimes not at all, and you can be in fact the enemy of that person. It's really a subject with this anime, and I have the impression that we're gonna continue to explore this subject with this anime, and it's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Like I said, remember that if you want, you have my Patreon, on which you can have these episodes earlier. You can have 4 episodes of advance on my Patreon, meaning 2 weeks of advance, and you have extended our full reaction part. Let's go for this episode, and again, congratulations to my brother and to his job. Like, he's at this job since a long time, but they finally hired him for good. That's so cool. I'm so glad. Oh, someone else just called me. My father, like really? He's mad at me because I didn't call him, you know? I mean, I didn't respond to his call. I was recording, so because of that, it was not functioning. Just so you know, when my brother called me, he told me, oh, Dad is calling me, you know, like he had a double call at the same time. You should have called me first, not my brother first, if you needed that much to talk with me. Let's go for this episode! Let's see your face, you, the king. Are you Helga's father? Because they are choosing to wait, you have to wait also. I'm gonna move to a warmer place. Oh. In France! Askeladd, are you gonna sell your forces to these guys? Where is Thorfinn? Oh, you grew up a lot? And they put a lot of trust on him. No! You know how to speak French? Thorfinn, I mean. He's so cold, closed, you know, blocked. Do you know? Did you count? Snap. That's how much he wants you to work for him now? You appreciate him, I mean Askeladd, I think that he appreciates and he respects Thorfinn, his rage. I think that when they're really gonna fight, it's gonna make me sad. You're so fast! The fact that you made that guy, you know, looking like a frog. It doesn't mean anything for him. You know, he doesn't have that face. Your sword means a lot more to you. Yep. Huh? Oh, really? You're so disgusting. I'm a little mad, you know, that he's French. Ah! I think that his town told you so. It's really easy to target him because of that, no? How can you just shut the fuck up? He looks so great as Askeladd also, that's why I appreciate him. I know he's a pirate and they are doing bad stuff, really, really bad stuff. In addition of what they did to Thors. But he's so cool as a character. Oh, and you, Thorfinn, you're so cool. They did. And really quickly also. You didn't see Thorfinn jumping? Okay. On your fence? Ooh! Because of Thorfinn? Thorfinn is giving you your chance. Oh boy. It's so great, the animation is so great, and the fact that you're moving so fast and like that, for sure, I'm thinking of your dad. Yes, you need the head! Jump for the head! I'm proud of you, Thorfinn, but the fact that you can do that at your young age, all of what he lived... So what, he's gonna have his revenge during the next episode? He's gonna kill Askeladd? No! First, not so fast, and no! They already did it. You're late.
Normanni.
You didn't do anything. Thorfinn. You want to trap them? I mean to trick them? It's never gonna work. Nah, I stole it! Yeah! And they are clever. Meaning that he didn't understand you also.
父の剣にかけてアシュラッドに決闘を申し込む。
Already?
聞くが我が父のアシュラッド、我が祖アルトリウスの名にかけてトロフィンの挑戦を受けようが後にしてくれ。今ここから逃げるぜ。
Gonna have to wait a little. Next episode. So for me, next session of binge watching, so I have time to prepare myself. So stupid! I didn't expect at all for Thorfinn to forget about his revenge. I didn't think at all that at some point this kid, you know, would decide to not have this duel against Askeladd. I never thought that this rage, you know, that he has inside, that desire of having that revenge for his father would disappear just like that. I never thought so. And I never imagined that we would keep the two of them forever, you know, and that suddenly they would be friends and that maybe he could be his mentor or anything like that. No, don't get me wrong, I never thought so. I always thought, you know, I mean, always, it's only the episode 7, again, the rhythm of this anime, since the episode 4, since Thorfinn, you know, decided to follow Askeladd to have his revenge at some point, I was like, yes, at some point it's gonna happen, at some point you're truly gonna have your revenge when you're gonna be older, stronger. I thought that it would be, you know, when he's gonna be an adult, not a teenager like that. You're gonna have this duel and you're gonna have your revenge. You're gonna kill Askeladd, and you know, in a way I thought of that before because I was like, I truly appreciate Askeladd, you know, this character, and it's bad, and in a way I'm a little feeling bad because I appreciate Askeladd, you know, I appreciate his character, his way to be, when in fact that one killed Thors, you know, and all of what he's making, the fact that he's a pirate and the fact that he's destroying all of these villages, stealing from them, using, to not say raping the woman and all of that, it's awful. So I shouldn't appreciate a guy like him, and for sure I hate all of what he's doing and all. But as a character, he's really interesting and cool, his attitude, his sense of humor, his way to be with his guys, his really weird way of respecting Thorfinn, and before that respecting Thors. I don't want for this duel to happen, even if I know that it has to happen. But right there, happening right now, for sure it couldn't happen during this episode, which was about that fight, you know, in France. I'm gonna come back to that later. But for me, it's gonna happen during the next episode, that's it. Thorfinn is tired of waiting. He evolved, you know, he grew up, he's stronger, he's old enough. He was a scout for you during so long, he killed all of these people for you to fight with your men. He had enough of it. He's tired, you know, of killing people because in fact he doesn't want to kill them. He is forced to kill them to defend himself and to stay with the pirates, so at some point he can have his revenge. And that's what he said to him, you know, to Askeladd. And right there you promised him that you would have this duel against him if Thorfinn would kill someone with an helmet. That's it, he did it. He brought you the head of that guy. You accepted the duel. You said not right now because you had to escape from that situation, but as soon as you're gonna be on a land, you know, safe, you're gonna have to have this duel. That's gonna be bad. I'm gonna be sad. I don't know if it's logical or not for me to feel sad about this idea, to feel sad about the idea of losing Askeladd also. I don't know if you guys, you fans, you felt like that, or you're really looking at me being like, girl, Do you understand what he did, Askeladd, you know, clearly? Yes, but still. Okay, next episode. So for me, next session of binge watching, so I have time to prepare myself. Okay, what is happening right now in England? Time out. We're not at war anymore, so our guys, these pirates, they are mercenaries, you know, and they needed to have another job, to find something else to steal, so that's why they went to France. In France, people are fighting each other. Yes, yes, okay. It's not a surprise. The fact that they are representing, you know, the leader of these French guys as someone, you know, that little and that fat, and really his face, his mouth, which was that big with these eyes and all, it was really to represent him as a frog. The fact that he was in green and all, it was really to represent him as the frog king, you know, like, that was so obvious, and I'm not mad about it, because really cliches about French people and considering French people as the frog guys, it's not that new, so I'm not mad about it. And in a way it was so well done that it was fun. And I'm just glad that all of the other soldiers, you know, they were normal. But that one was really stupid. And he tried to trap our guys, you know, to trick them. But for sure, Askeladd, you know, he trapped you, he tricked you first, and he went away with all of the treasures, letting you just with your fault. That was well done. And the fight itself, you know, was so well done on screen. To see Thorfinn being that fast right now, killing people just like that and all, for sure it's making me think of his dad, even if his dad, his real aptitude, it was more about the fact that he could jump that far, and it was not about being that fast and also moving like that and all. It was more about his strength, you know, and the fact that he was that big, and also that he could jump that far. But Thorfinn is so good now. And in a weird way, during this moment, I was proud of the kid as much as I was sad, because he's just a kid, and the fact that he's that good right now, it means that he killed a lot of people before, you know, he had a lot of training for it, and we can't forget that he's just a kid. And for me, you know, it was not that long ago that he was only 6 years old, living his best life, you know, at his little village. So it's making me sad, because I'm thinking about that little boy. But yes, he evolved a lot, physically, mentally, he changed a lot. But he kept that idea of having his revenge. Before the duel, I hope that he's gonna have time, you know, to talk with Askeladd, really, and to understand that Floki hired him to make that job, you know, to kill Thors. He needs to know that, to understand that the story is way bigger than what he thought, and to continue to evolve, also to grow up, to understand that the universe is bigger, and that Askeladd, again, was just a sword to kill Thors, but someone else was leading that world. We'll see, and I'm gonna see that on another day, on another session of binge watching, so it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now, bye!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.